I'm about to show you guys something that I like to do with these colts, and going into how it can help some of your other horses, older horses, if you got a little kink somewhere that you want to help soften them up. And I don't do this as a discipline. I use it more as like a training aid, something to help these horses grow and learn from, as well as, you know, if there is a kink spot, you know, this can definitely be something that that you can use to help work through that. Now, teaching this horse to back up and understand my hands and whatnot, all I'm going to do is I'm just stepping back behind him. I like how this colt's soft and he does put his head down. However, for me, I want that horse to accept my hands and him come up to the bridle and up into my hands. So, you know, to get that, what I like to do is just to step off to the side. And what I'm really doing here, I'm not really like, you know, playing tug of war with him. I'm just taking this colt off balance enough and in a backwards form and setting that you know, he gets uncomfortable, and for him to say follow my hands and teach him how to accept my hands, like I say, rather than, you know, tug of warring with him, I just set him off balance to where he's got to follow where that direct rein is being pulled. You know, like right there, he's fighting it a little bit. I'm just gonna cluck to him there. When I feel him release, I'm gonna come back. Kind of pulled it away right there a little bit. I'm just gonna keep kind of pulling him off balance and just keep pulling him back right there until he does accept it. And like I said, this is building towards, you know, him accepting me and where I'm at, there. You know, and always coming to my hands and accepting that bridle. You see me down kind of low and where I'm at right here, kind of pulling down behind his hip, just so that rein doesn't flip over, you know, on top of him, and get to where, you know, I can't pull. Eventually, as time goes on, you'll see me, I'll you know, start putting my hands up a little bit higher, making it more realistic as far as where you'll be on his back. You know, you kind of see a little bit of hesitation in this colt right here. No big deal. Just keep drawing him back to you. And look, what you're after right here is you're looking for a place that this colt is coming to you, but yet you're not the one. He's coming to you because he can feel the tension in those reins, and he can feel this being a guide as far as how to help him get softer, you know, where he's a little bit, you know, a touch stiff, you know, side to side. It's okay. I'm just going to keep pulling him right here. And like I say, just kind of keep pulling him off balance a little bit and waiting for him to accept me and come back to me. Like I said, building towards this colt, you know, coming up to me and giving to my hands in a more realistic form as far as where my hands will be. You can see right there, as soon as I went to take a hold, you know, I felt his body and his chin come back to me, and that's really what I'm after. You know, I'll sit here and, you know, play around with it for a little bit, sit here, kind of let things absorb with him a little bit, pet him on the rear end, let him know that it's comfortable, and this is just kind of a good way to kind of help, you know, sack him out too a little bit. Talking about making it more realistic, you know, like right here, I've just kind of got just a little bit of tension in my hands. If you feel that, you know, they're just kind of locking up and freezing a little bit, don't be afraid to just kind of slap them on the elbow right there with that off rein. But make sure you're giving them, you don't need to give them a reward when they're just putting their head down and pulling down. That's definitely not what I'm after. However, I'm just looking for them to follow where the reins are and where the tension is being taken from. There. I don't like that little bit of resistance. I'm just going to give him just a little bit of a check right there. Draw back to me a little bit more. Said, looking for this colt. If he gets a little excited, it's all right. Just keep breaking him back and forth. There. Look for him to come back off of that. There we go. Now he's getting softer, getting better. Give him a little bit. Let him accept that. There. Step back over here on this other side. There we go. Just him accepting me, drawing him back. You know, it's not an easy, you know, maneuver for them to do, and you know, there's so much that involves, you know, a horse drawn to you and accepting your hands, and in any discipline that we're after. The working cow horse, you know, we're throwing so many different things at them, putting them in different places. I want my horses to accept me wherever I'm at and do whatever I'm asking them to do, you know, and like, you know, whether it be working a cow, they need to think cow first, but don't forget about me. And that's where I like to do some of this stuff that just kind of takes me out of the equation a little bit, to where they're thinking about just where my hands are being placed, as far as me just up there kind of in a tug of war with them. There, this colt's just getting softer and better, and you know, moving his feet and following me. And that's really what I'm after right here. A little bit of tension right there. I'm using this direct rein right here, but I'm also got a little bit of tension right here in this outside rein, and bringing him so he's stepping back to me right there. And like I said, you know, they're off balance just a little bit. Like right here, you kind of see him lifting up. It's okay, don't panic. Just keep doing it, stay there. There, stepping back behind you. He's getting softer, getting a little bit better. There we go. Got my hands up a little bit higher right here. Starting to come down. Like I said, I don't want him to push down. I want everything to come up to me. There. Him looking up and bringing his chin to me and not pulling it away. So hopefully that didn't confuse you too much, but just something that I like to do with these colts, and as well as some of my older horses, if I get into a problem area that you know, some of that stuff can help me work through.